Ahoy there, interlocutors. I posted a short a little bit ago about a 2004 Crown Vic that I own and a blocked air intake. The rag had fallen down to where the air intake box was and it had blocked airflow. And I was getting an engine to lean code and I thought those two things were connected. I moved the rag out of the way. I've driven the car for about a week now and driven it a couple hundred miles and the engine to lean code hasn't come back. But I got a couple people in the comments saying, if you're going to block air intake off, you are going to get too rich, right? Obviously, you're going to get too rich. Well, I don't think so. Follow me through on my logic here because we got to understand how the sensors and the engine computer is attempting to compensate for atmospheric variables here. Let me know if this makes sense. This is what I think is going on. So exhaust gas metering with the O2 sensor is how the engine determines if the exhaust gases are purely burned exhaust gases, right? It's metering your exhaust gases. That's what the O2 sensor is doing. And that's how the engine knows whether or not it's getting a good, clean burn of fuel and air by measuring exhaust gases. And then the engine knows how much air is getting in to the vehicle through this mass airflow sensor right here. This is metering the mass of the air, if it's thick, dense air, or if it's thin air. This mass airflow sensor and this oxygen sensor are not from this vehicle, but that doesn't matter. This vehicle still has a mass airflow sensor. It's fuel injected. It still has an oxygen sensor. These principles of how this information from these sensors feed into the engine computer and how the engine computer adjusts to them is relatively the same. You've got a blocked air intake. You're not getting enough dense air into the engine. The engine's detecting that because you got a rag or you got whatever. Maybe you got a totally plugged up fuel filter. Maybe you got gunk in your mass airflow sensor. The engine is going to attempt to compensate for the fact that it's not getting that nice dense air at once by reducing the amount of fuel that it's putting in. But you're getting so little air that the engine is reducing the fuel so badly, your oxygen sensor is metering that exhaust gases and telling the ECM, hey, we're way too lean. And you get an engine to lean code. So that's my theory as to how a blocked air intake can cause an engine to lean code. Let me know what you think.